Hi and welcome back to this quick little video about the PlayStation 5. After 2 years, more than 2 years, I finally got one. Now I am transferring my data from the PS4 Pro to the PlayStation 5, not for all the games, but I have been playing some games that have PS5 significant upgrades. And a couple of games that I just play a lot on PS4 and I will play on PS5. And the most notable, of course, is Mount and Blade Warband. Now, let's start off with the controller. The DualSense controller, it's pretty cool. It fits my hand pretty good. I'm not entirely sure if it's truly much better than a PlayStation 4 controller. I absolutely love the PS4 controller. However, I have one little issue. I do not like the force feedback triggers. I have played that Astro Boy game that's already installed on the PS5 and I did not like the feedback triggers. I have no idea how you call them. Adaptive feedback triggers. I don't like them. So I did get a couple of games with the PlayStation 5. Now there are actually a couple of games still on their way, and this is one of the perks of getting a PS5 or a new console in a couple of years later, is that a lot of these games are pretty cheap. Of course, I got God of War Ragnarok. I still need to use the voucher code. I don't like voucher codes, but whatever, it's not worth that much, to be honest. I checked it out. I got Iron Harvest, the complete edition, and this is a sort of steampunk style RTS. And I have actually been following this game for quite a while and did not know there was a complete edition on the PlayStation 5, so I got this game. I got Mech Warriors 5, again a game really cheap, and I love mecha games, I love games like Armored Core, and I have heard that this is more like a mecha sim, and that this game is pretty freaking difficult. The game that I have been playing a little bit before I started my data transfer is, holy shit, Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed, and I have to admit, it's pretty cool. I like the humor. It looks good, it runs good, it plays good. I am definitely going to have a lot of fun with this game. Now, of course, the game that I've said this in another video, but this is sort of the game that I wanted to get on PS5, and it's also probably the game that made me want to get a PS5 and actually bought one, is Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. So I have only played a custom battle on PlayStation 5 because it has to install, it has to upload or download a massive upgrade for the PlayStation 5, and I have to admit, and something of course I already know, it looks better. It runs much better, like 60 perfect frames, and there are hundreds of units extra on screen compared to the PlayStation 4 Pro. It was significant. Like, I literally did a custom battle, 1,000 against 1,000 units, and right away I saw there were a shit ton of more units on screen, and it ran perfectly fine. Even in the heats of the chaos of battle, it was really freaking cool. That's why I am transferring my data, because of course I'm not going to, play the game new. I just want my save file that I was playing at. Now, if you're thinking, but Cloud, what are the other PS4 games, PS5 sort of games that you were playing? Oh, by the way, that is not really true, because one I did not get is Gungrave Gore. This is really cool. If you love these PlayStation 2 Gungrave game, you're gonna love this one. And I actually got this game this week, and yes, I'm a little bummed out that I didn't get the PlayStation 5 version. There is a free update, I think. Yeah, it is. And I think eventually I will get the PlayStation 5 version. I also got Resident Evil 3. I got it for $10 on the online marketplace, and it also has a PS5 upgrade. So I'm definitely going to check that one out. The other game that I got for PlayStation 5 is Rift Breaker. And that is a top-down twin-stick shooter mixed with tower defense. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Starship Troopers. Go check out some gameplay. It's really cool, and I did not expect that game to have a physical release, but it did. So I ordered that game. It's going to be shipped in about a week or so, it said. And the other one is Ratchet and Clank, a game that I bought today for only $20 on the online marketplace, secondhand. So I have enough games to play on my PS5. And to be completely honest, I think I'm gonna stop buying games for a while, probably a couple of months, because I just have way too many games. As I mentioned, I have a couple of PS5 games and a lot of PS4 games that also have PS4 upgrades, including the Valkyria profile, the new one. Is it called Valkyria Chronicles? I'm not entirely sure. This new Star Ocean game that I still need to play, but perhaps now I can enjoy it a little bit better. It's probably running at 60 frames. And so yes, this is my quick update video about the PlayStation 5. I am liking it a lot. It is a big one though. Look how big it is. Like, holy shit, it is big. It's not as heavy as I thought it would be, but I of course have one of the more newer models, probably the newest model, and I know that Sony cut quite a lot of the heat system in the original PS5, so that's why it's a lot lighter than like the first models of PlayStation 5. And of course, I am going to PlayStation 4, going back here, and this is going to be the PlayStation 5 section, the startup of my PlayStation 4 collection. And we shall see. Time will only tell how great the PlayStation 5 is going to be. Now, I'm still sticking to my point that the PlayStation 5 will probably be my last console ever. I do not expect PlayStation 6 or the next generation to be even physical, let alone have any significant physical properties. I mean, we already have quite a few games that don't have data on disk or have like a gigabyte of data on disk. You have to be online required, even though it's a solo game, it's a single player game, but you have to be online. And this is something that we are going to see more and more throughout the years. And when people don't really care, it's going to be normal. And that's why I honestly still believe, as I've said for many years, many years, at least 2 years, that this is probably going to be my last console ever, new console at least ever. So yes, I finally got a PS5. Whee!